We are so grateful that you've joined us for this exceptional episode. Joining us today is Ruben Pereyra, the 2024 IDEA World Trailblazer of the Year, who has spent the past 17 years making an extraordinary impact in our industry. Ruben is an international speaker and presenter known for his dynamic sessions that focus on active aging, with specialized work in independent living, assisted living, and memory care. He's developed accessible fitness programs tailored to individuals with Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, helping make movement more inclusive and effective for all. His latest venture, Functionally Evolved, is dedicated to coaching seniors and low-impact participants, creating a supportive space where fitness is approachable, fun, and empowering. Ruben's work is known for being educational, inspiring, and deeply motivating, with a mission to bring wellness to every stage of life. He continues to lead by example, shaping the future of fitness through innovation, inclusion, and heart. Welcome to the show, Ruben.
Woo, Amy, I am so excited. It's always been a dream come true to be here with you and the IDEA family.
Oh, I love it. And we got to share the stage together last year. And I really feel like we're just getting to know each other. So I'm looking forward to today so we can go deeper into your past experiences, the work you're doing today. And also, we get to tell the audience about your sessions at this summer's IDEA World.
Let's do it. I'm
Let's
so
do it.
excited.
Okay, so first of all, my first question is, as we said in the intro, you have been in this industry for over 17 years. What first drew you to fitness, and how has that evolved over time? Tell us more about your experiences.
Just hearing you say the whole biography, I've changed my bio so many times throughout the years because you grow, you learn, you listen, you implement. And being in the fitness industry was kind of a mistake, I would say. Like it just kind of just fell through. Um, I come from a very athletic background. I'm Latino, Argentinian, and Costa Rican. My parents played sports. So soccer was my life. Soccer was everything. I went to Cal State Long Beach and I was in their marketing program at first because my whole thing was, if I can't be a soccer player and get the scholarships that I want, what I want to be is work for big companies like Nike, Adidas, and create a marketing brand that could be captivating through all. And through this whole time, I was playing club soccer and everything in college, and I tore my whole PCL ligament. And with my PCL ligament, I was told I would not be able to play sports again, and within that process, with any athlete, I know you're a former athlete as well. We know when we hear those words, it crushes us. It crushes our soul. It crushes our mentality. And when I went to physical therapy, I was so fascinated with what the physical therapist did with my body from a PCL tear, because I did not get it repaired. They were like, the probability of it not coming back with that whole ligament tear is very slim. So learning about ligaments and tendons and how muscles move. And I'm like, well, it's connecting the dots because as an athlete, I was so fascinated with fitness and mobility. Now that an actual physical therapist came on board, I was able to see what they actually do. And I started doing some research and I found that, I have there was a flyer when going to one of my marketing classes about kinesiology. And I'm like, what is that word? I never heard it before. And there was fitness fairs. There was a fair there. And so I met Jan Schroeder, who is my mentor now. And I just fell in love with what it had to offer. Kinesiology doesn't just mean fitness. It means kinesiotherapy. It means, exercise science route. There's the fitness option. There were so many options and athletic training. And so I let go of my marketing major and switched to kinesiology. And that has really been a godsend because I've always had three things in my life that I was meant to do. It was always to move. It was always to touch. and it was always to inspire people. And I've kept that with my whole being of everything that I do. And it went from going to school at Cal State Long Beach, learning from one of the best, Dr. Jan Schroeder, and her programming, and making us learn practical tools and ways to make it in this fitness industry because we know for a fact this fitness industry is not for everybody. It really isn't. It's for the people who are going to grind. It's for people who are going to want and collaborate. And it's above and beyond whatever I expected. And in her program, she made it mandatory for us to do internship hours. And these internship hours, let me tell you, Amy, they were gruesome. They were hard. They were a way of learning because you had to learn every single demographic and population from senior fitness to working with young adults and the sports realm to going to senior homes to working physical therapy aspects to working at a 24-hour gym and so on and so forth. But we learn everything from business management to personal training techniques to the list goes above and beyond. And so from there, I've always been a type of person that I'm very creative in the way that my mind works. And I took what I learned in each class and implemented to what I love, which is functional training. Because I really believe that if you know the basics of what functional training is, it can help with every single demographic out there. And from there on, I made it a mission to really touch, move, and inspire people. So I worked in different corporations, schools, gyms, and the list goes on. But it wasn't until about, I want to say, about 8 years ago or so that my father actually got necrotizing fasciitis. It is a flesh-eating bacteria disease. He had only 10% chance of living, and it crushed me. It crushed me to see my father, the strong man that I know, suffer from this 10% chance of living, and know that the doctor said he's never going to have sensation in his left arm. He's not going to have flexors and extenders. He's going to have chronic pain and diseases. So I left everything in California because I was living in California at that time and moved to Seattle, Washington. That's where I'm at right now. And I left everything from behind, and we know with fitness professionals, we could go anywhere. For me, I know I'm great wherever I go because my mission has always been those three, but also the way of knowing my craft and being diligent and being persistent. And we'll talk through this later, but IDEA gave me the tools that I needed when I was in my lowest point. IDEA gave me the structures, the connections, and so on and so forth, which we'll talk later on that. But it really was the backbone of how it helped me elevate. And knowing the people who were in my corner and having mentors that would support me and tell me what I was doing wrong from right was the best thing. And so from there, I moved here with nothing, had to start from scratch. But one thing kept popping in my head in these jobs was senior living, senior fitness, senior move, everything senior related you could think of, it was coming at me. And senior fitness was my first love because my first internship was with a senior fitness agency. And it really taught me the beauty of what our older population can be, the geriatric population, the active aging population. And when I got my first gig here in Seattle, I was in charge of whole programming for senior fitness, and I've never done that before. So the sense of like taking courses, getting certified, learning from the best, trial and error. But then I was trying to be someone I was not, honestly, because I was trying to be liked by every single person in the industry. I was trying to be liked by what senior fitness was with silver sneakers and silver and fit, and the list goes on. But when I stopped thinking of what other people wanted and tailor to what I really liked and enjoyed and going back to my roots of what functional training really is and implement that into brain fitness, cognitive wellness, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and the list goes on, I have created programs that are not even seen throughout anywhere because they're so unique and tailored to every single community that's different. And from now, I implement so many programs. A lot of people are using my programs out there, and the list goes on right now, Amy.
Love it.
It's never stops.
I love it. Well, I absolutely want to go a little bit deeper with your what the work you're doing now, but just to go back a little bit to your story, I love that you were introduced to fitness and wellness through your sports career, but it was through this care continuum that you saw these professionals working together. You saw a physical therapist working with athletes, with yourself, and that was how it sparked interest for you. So I love that. And more than anything, I love that you live with this motto. Make sure I got it right. Move, inspire,
Mhm.
and
Touch. Yeah.
touch. That's right.
Yes.
I love that. I created a motto for myself early in my career. Nothing as motivating as that, but it was about my leadership style. But I love that. And for any of you out there, that could be a whole session. We'll have to maybe invite Ruben back and talk about creating the motto that you live by. I love that. Um,
Yes, and I even said that in my speech, when I won the award, so it really is full 360, it comes back, and I really believe that the work that you put out and when you do good things happen
That's
back to you.
right. That's right. Let's talk about the award just for another moment. The Trailblazer Award is for someone who is really blazing trails, as they say, but that means that you're on fire, literally. Like you are creating either products or services or an impact, a ripple in this industry at a rapid pace that even though you'd been in the industry for 17 years, it sounds like it was that point when you finally figured out what you loved that things started to go on fire for you, and that's when you came to I mean, we, of course, knew of you through Jan's program, and we get connected with a lot of her graduates, but when it was proposed that you might be Trailblazer of the Year and reading all of the amazing things that you're doing in your community and for these populations and the business that you have, it was deeply inspiring to see you literally on fire.
Thank you so much, and it really takes a village, honestly, it really takes a team, it really takes your your participants really trusting you with everything, it really does, and, I have this award with me everywhere that I go, I on the top of everything, and when I'm feeling down or when I'm feeling depressed or when I feel like things aren't going my way, I look back at it and be like, "You know what? I am a trailblazer." But the thing is, like, we are all trailblazers in our own right. This industry is cutthroat, and we know that, but we are all doing the same thing. We want to move, touch, and inspire people, but also have the same energy of making sure that people age gracefully. And um, I got one of my things with this award. I remember because Jan introduced me to IDEA. Uh, I told her one day I will win one of these awards. Back like in 2014, I told her I was like, "This is when I'm going to win an award," and found the process of it. In 2023, I was nominated. Siri won the award, but I was Siri. Siri and Colleen. And then the next year after, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it again. And there it is. Hard work, dedication pays off. And don't ever stop knowing your truth and knowing yourself and where you come from.
That's so true. You got to the award a lot quicker than I did. I had to apply 9 times before I got it and be a finalist like 3 times. So you're really, really blazing trails, I should say. So congratulations. And Ruben, I know that simply by being on that stage and accepting the award and carrying that torch, you're inspiring so many other fit pros who also are doing phenomenal work in their communities and deserve to be recognized. I know the application process is closed for 2025 and we will be announcing the recipients. But in 2026, I strongly encourage all of you to take a look at that process. If nothing else, you grow so much by filling out that application every year and challenging yourself personally to be a better professional and a better human. And so I encourage everyone to go through that process as many times as you'd like.
I agree 100% because it's all about growth. It's all about, you know, giving yourself those kudos. And it's like going through memory lane, I would say. It's like going through memory lane, putting those accomplishments. And if you feel like, you haven't done a lot, just know where you're at is enough. and know that there's always ways to improve and grow. And that's why places like IDEA World is a great tool to help you grow.
I love that. Okay, so we heard how you were first inspired by working with the active aging population, but tell us more about some of the unique needs. We talked earlier about the different places where you're training, independent care, assisted living, memory care. Talk to us about some of the unique needs that this population needs from a fitness and wellness professional perspective. And then also, I know you had talked about the Alzheimer's and Parkinson's patients. Maybe you could offer some of the tailored approaches that you take with these groups to overcome their specific challenges.
Yeah, of course. I've been only in the senior fitness realm for about 5 years. And like Amy said, trailblazing a path. And it's always being true to who I am. But when I'm true to who I am, also, I do research at the end of the day. So right now, I am the fitness supervisor for a senior fitness community, for a senior living community that we serve over 600 residents. And we also have 4 senior communities within our corporation and community that are our sisters, and I help create programs and distinguish things for them too. First thing is first is that you want to do your research. I did my research on different communities because different communities have different needs, different wants. We're a fortunate community to have all independent living, memory care, assisted living, and a health center. So that is very rare and unique within our sense. So I made it sure and a way to see what they wanted, because I want to make sure that you understand that it's not always about you. It's about what your participants want. And of course, they want strength. They want balance. They want to prevent from falls. And the list goes on. They want cognitive brain games and more. And so I said, okay, well, how can I tailor basic programs that they're used to in the Y and the 24-hour fitness and stuff that they get through their insurance? And how can I make it fun, accessible, inclusive, but most of all, a way that they have never seen fitness before? And I designed it with trial and error, from 45-minute classes to all my classes being 30 minutes now, because I give them the right amount of classes to challenge themselves. So they'll have a strength class in the morning, and then after that, I'll follow by a cardio, followed by mobility. So I'm hitting every single I'm hitting every single need for their whole well-being, and making unique programs that are captivating, that are going to tell a story in what they are performing, and to make sure that, again, it's all inclusive. Know that seniors and active agers, not all of them want chair workouts. And that's the first thing that people think the majority of time is, because they're an active ager, they need to have chairs. And what's funny about this is that the baby boomers right now, they feel like they have to be in chairs because they were told back in the day, this is where you're going and this is how you're going to be with fitness. So they're already used to knowing their chair workouts and everything. So when you empower them, when you help them grow, and when you give them the opportunity to enhance their mobility, it becomes a whole different ball game for that. And that's what I teach other fitness professionals to do, is how to create captivating programs that is going to bring people in, and how it's going to keep them in for retention, whether it's group fitness, whether it's personal training, small group training, and the list goes on. When it comes to memory care and Parkinson's classes, this is very important to create specialty signature classes. We already know your basic classes. Basic classes are strength, cardio, flexibility. Then you have your signature classes, Tai Chi, yoga, water aerobics. But I say throw all that away. What if you have a basic training with your signature classes? Make them, combine them together and create specialty classes that are tailored to your facility or your community or your gym's needs. Call it something that's great and fabulous. For example, my Parkinson's class is called Move Over Parkinson's, because what we're doing is focusing on the techniques, the movement patterns of what it takes to really we cannot cure Parkinson's, but fight the onset of Parkinson's. And it takes, like I said, a village. It takes community. It takes knowing, finding certifications that help you grow. It's by actively also combining your talents with a physical therapist and medical staff. Because once you have the back support of medical staff and physical therapists, nutritionists, and the list goes on, then you start creating credible programs that's going to really captivate a person coming into it. So that is really what we do in my communities. And now we offer 48 uh, classes a week in every single campus, and the list goes on. And what we're really focusing is making fitness fun again for active agers, but not only the fun part, it's making it educational, knowing the why behind it. Because you could just anyone could be an instructor, let's be honest. Anyone could come in there, lead a class, and then you're done. But what's missing is the connection, the education, the camaraderie, the community that you bring, and also knowing that what you're doing is going to help them age gracefully.
That's right. I know that there's a need for more professionals who want to work in these environments, and so maybe you could talk a little bit more about how you're looking for fitness professionals. If someone out there is listening and they're like, I would love to work in an assisted living center. I want to teach those 48 classes on that program because this is my jam.
Mhm.
What is the best advice you could give for that professional who wants to work with the active aging population?
I love that question, and I'm going to give the best advice that I possibly can. And I'll be very honest. When I came to this industry, the active aging industry, I faced backlash. And I'll tell you why. Because you don't see young adults going into an active aging setting. What you see is the active agers are teaching active agers because that's where they feel comfortable. That's where they feel, oh, you know where I stand. You know my struggle. You know my story. We're at the same wavelength. It's the same music. It's the same type. You know, we may have the same aches and pains. you know, and when I came in, it was very like, oh, even in like the fitness world with that, it was like, who are you to know what I'm going through? So when we talk about ageism, there's ageism everywhere in the spectrum. And what I tell people is this is that again, what is your mission? To move, to touch, and to inspire people. And I will break the walls down to help other people trailblaze the way. And if people could see I have done it, it gives hope and opportunity for other people to do it as well. So I challenge people listening to take a chance. If this is something that you're not familiar with, take a chance because you'll never know if you like it. Also, what I would say too is if you're Gen Zers right now listening to this, going into an active aging setting is the best possible way to learn. And I'll tell you why. Because this is the type of place where you learn more about chronic pain, chronic diseases, how to modify, how to cue, how to actually make sure that you're loud enough, making sure that it's not cold or hot, the temperature. There's so many opportunities within this spectrum for Gen Zers to flourish. And if it's your first time coming into it, it's going to be a great experience. It may be hard at first, but these are the tools that's going to help you progress your education in your career to the next level. Because if you know that someone's going through osteoporosis or arthritis or a hip replacement, you go, wait a minute, I learned that in the senior fitness community because now I could tailor exercises toward that to make it low impact, fun, engaging, and more. Also, Gen Zers have an amazing tool. They have technology. Technology that I don't even know. They have the TikTok, they have social media, they have Blaze pods, they have, different ways. I even seen VR systems for active agers where people use VR and learn how to move their muscles with VR games. And that's all because the Gen Z generation, that's what they're tailored to. So if I would say is be true to who you are, learn the techniques and use the techniques. I'm very active on Instagram. I don't have TikTok or anything, But what I'm doing, I'm not tailoring my Instagram towards active agers. I'm tailoring it to their families because their families are the ones who are going to tell all of my active agers, hey, go to Ruben's class. He's doing this. He's doing that. Did you see his personal training technique? You need to do that. So it's a way and tool to make sure that, you know what, it's accessible to everybody.
Yeah.
And I just tell fitness professionals, go do it.
Go
You
do it. Yeah.
go do you just never know.
You never know. This could also be the population that you love to serve that really warms your heart and ignites your passion. And I absolutely love watching your IG, all the videos that you post of you training these individuals. And the reason I love it is because not only are you having fun, because you always have fun everywhere you go, but everyone in the class is smiling and having a blast, whether it's a strength class, a dance class, whatever movement it is that they're doing, everyone's having so much fun. And I just think, I mean, a lot of us have our parents or in-laws or whomever who aren't moving. And we know that when you're playing the sitting game, it leads to the laying game. And then, you just, yeah. But if you're up moving and you're having fun and you're doing that with your friends, then it leads to more movement and more of an inspired life as you've been describing. And you can see that through the videos. So I just love watching them. We'll include some of that footage here in the episode so people can watch it as well.
Thank you. And I mean, I also want to tell people too, is there's so many certifications out there that you could take to help enhance your learning with senior fitness. I feel like senior fitness has boomed. Active aging fitness has boomed within the last 3 years. Now everyone is doing it. So I have to tell people this: make yourself unique, make yourself different than everybody else. Learn from everybody, but put your own twist to it, put your own flair, put your own way of training. If you're focused on strength training and mobility, use that into programming, use that into your design, and use other places and ways of learning into your practice.
That is a great segue because I wanted to ask you more about your programs are known for just that, being creative, being inclusive. But what is your process for designing them? What does it really take to build this program? And I think that's what Functionally Evolved is doing, right? So maybe you could also
Yes.
tell us about your business and how that came to be.
Yeah. So my brain goes all over the place, honestly, and I feel like every fitness professional, like we want to program, but programming is a specific skill that you have to have because we know in programming we think of the overall person because there's so many people in different classes that we want to make sure that everyone is safe, have a safe and effective workout, but also for me, having fun, be engaged. I demand feedback in my classes. So I go, you know what, you're doing a squat. I ask people, where do you feel it on the spot? I ask people when they put their hands up, put your hands, like they have to say certain words back to me for cognitive brain health. So when I program, I make sure that every component has uh, a cognitive programming element to it. What that means is that if I give people patterns. So for example, if I give you a bicep curl, a press, a squat, and a lunge, I'm gonna have to make sure that you remember that pattern. So we'll go through it a couple times and I'll be like, okay, everyone, what's the pattern? So they go bicep curl, press, squat, and then a lunge. And then I say reverse it. So they have to go back to a lunge, squat, press, bicep curl. So I put that into every element because I believe the onset of Alzheimer's disease is at an all-time high. So the more that we focus on cognitive brain techniques and exercises, the better it is for our health. I also make sure that when programming, I hit all the elements of strength, cardio, flexibility, and mobility. And most of all, making sure that it's low impact. That is what I specialize in. And that's what Functionally Evolved in is fun functional fitness for every version of oneself. And I did not want to just make myself in a bubble with just senior fitness because I believe, and I really truly believe that there's such a stigma within senior fitness where it's not high impact. It's not high energy because we also know with low impact, you could also give me high energy and low impact. And sometimes I get more of a workout in a low impact class than a high impact class. And so that's what I really wanted to do, is making sure that I create a program for the everyday individual who wants to start a program, who is going through menopause, or someone who is coming in from surgery or rehab, and to elevate them into something new. Because with my program, it's not just videos on demand, it's a wellness app. So you get workouts, mental wellness coaching, diabetes prevention, hypertension coaching. You create your own workouts, or I could give you a certain workout. You are in a community base where people talk to each other and encourage each other. You have challenges, and the list goes on that I could talk for days about it, but that is just the gist of it.
Okay, so if I understood that, and to clarify, Functionally Evolved is actually an app where someone can train with you, work out with you, take classes with you anywhere in the world. And it's
Correct.
not just workouts, it's also advice, guidance, education as well.
Correct. So it could be both integrated within an app and a desktop. So you can take it throughout with you anywhere around the world. And I have a team behind me. We do dance fitness, we do bar, we do circuit training, we do cognitive brain health, and the list goes on. And that is focusedly on what I program on an everyday basis with my seniors and active agers, because I know for a fact a strength training program that you give me at a regular gym, I could take that program and make it low impact for my active agers and make it accessible to that. And people don't realize that that's what you could do. So if you teach athletes like just like I have, I could put that athletic workout and create a low impact for my active aging demographic. And that's the beauty of fitness. It is for everybody. And if you are not making inclusive programs for fitness, you are doing a disservice for yourself, and you're just doing a disservice for everyone around you.
Well, I love that you've created this platform whereby people can move with you wherever they are. They can't touch you, but they can move with you and be inspired by you wherever they are. But people can come and maybe touch you at Idea World. So I'm going to transition again. Was that a good one? Okay. Okay, you alluded a little bit to your idea story, and we've talked about you receiving the award on stage last year, but tell us your whole idea story and tell us about previous trips to world. Like, tell me everything. How did you come
Oh
to
my
learn your
gosh.
idea?
Ideas saved my life. And I get emotional talking about it because it really has changed the directory of who I am as a professional and who I've met, honestly. Um, I was introduced to Idea World as a junior in college. Of course, we had to go do internship hours, but Jan also, I love Jan so much. Jan made us go to events, whether it's the port squad or paying a fee. It was called the Discovery Program, I think, back in the day. The Discovery Program, where students were able to pay a certain fee and get the whole conference at a student discount.
We still do that, by the way. Just call us.
Do that. Do that, please. Students, please do that. And I'll tell you why later. But I decided never to do support squad and to just spend the money on me and put myself in situations that make me feel uncomfortable. And I went to Idea World in 2012. That was my first Idea World. And I was just blown away when I saw the opening ceremonies. And I was just like, this is like the Grammys of fitness. This is like the American Music Awards on fitness level. And just hearing the presenters and just the stories of people going up, winning their awards, and seeing that as a way of heavy hitters of who I want to be and who I want to become has really put a presence in my mind that this is the job for me, and this is where I want to be. And I took sessions of, everything from high impact to Tabata, to learning about active agers, to learning how to scale my business, how to create a business format, how to do structures and techniques. I've learned different formats, which I still do today. My first Idea World, I also met Work Dance Fitness, and I'm a choreographer, and I used to be a master trainer for Work. And I met so many people along the way that has changed my whole trajectory of what this fitness industry is. I've learned that it's cutthroat. I've learned that you have to put in the work. I learned that it is an absolutely hard job to have, but it's the most rewarding job as well. And if you do things right, and if you have mentors and people behind you and learn from the best, there's so many tools and techniques that you can take back and implement it. But I challenge everyone, if you haven't gone to Idea World, please do. It will not only change your life, but it'll give you a sense of purpose. It'll give you a sense of hope. It'll give you a sense of working together and being inclusive. And it'll give you a way to network, find mentors, connect connections. You cannot be scared to meet people. I'll tell you that. Don't be scared to go up to someone and be like, "Hi, how are you? My name is so and so. I'm a fitness professional. What do you do?" We are the nicest people at Idea World. I've never met such nice people ever who are willing to listen and to take value into what you do. And my dream was always to present, and I always submitted something. I submitted probably for a long time, and then I believe I started doing stuff with Haley Strutsness at Work Dance Fitness. She was a vendor, and I would present with her slightly, and then I got my own way to present at Idea World at 2023, and then I just won this award, and now I'm presenting 4 sessions, and it's just a dream come true, and I'm just so excited.
I mean, I couldn't have said that better myself, Ruben. Like your journey with this platform is exactly why this platform exists. This platform is to bring like-minded professionals together to learn, to grow, to uplift one another, to inspire one another, so we can all go back out into the world and help more people move. And so I love how you articulated all of your experiences that world. And again, if you're out there, you've never attended, it is, as Ruben said, both life changing and career changing. But you do have to put yourself out there. You can't just come and sit in the classrooms and go to your room. You need to put yourself out there and be open to the relationships that will unfold.
Yeah, Amy, and I believe that is such a great message to have is like as instructors, we need to get clients, right? That
Yeah.
that is the thing that we do. We're on the floor. So Idea World is your floor. Idea World is where you have to go and make the connections needed, get your business cards, like put your socials out there and connect. And I'll tell you this, a lot of times too, as a presenter, it does not mean that I'm higher than you. It doesn't mean that I'm above you. It means that I'm ready to show you what worked for me and make sure that if you want to implement it within your daily life, perfect. If you don't, I hope I give you some tools and some knowledge and some education behind it to know how it worked for me. And hopefully it helps you. But people don't realize, all you participants coming to Idea World, you inspire me too.
Yes.
Like, and that is the thing. That's the fire that I get back. And I find my why again is to always do that.
Mm. Oh, so well said. Okay, so let's talk about your sessions. As you said, 4 sessions on the program. Wow. And so let's talk about those sessions. What can people expect? Why do they need to get in that classroom and get signed up right away? Let's talk about it.
Not only am I fun, Amy, in all my classes and everything, but you will have an experience with me. I make sure that I captivate your attention, and then I make sure that you take tools necessary that you're supposed to have into your classes right away. Because what I really feel is that once you have taken all the classes at IDEA, the worst thing you could do is put it in a binder and throw it away. You need to implement it right away to make sure that if it works for you. So I have 4 sessions. The first one is called Groove to Improve, energetic music movement for all ages to boost balance and brain function. In this workshop, you will learn how to use functional movement patterns into your everyday lives for balance and mobility. You'll be able to create a flow. So, for example, if I give you a V step with a squat and a press and a lunge, you will learn how to put that for your participants, stop it, have your participants do something else, and remember that pattern again. also you'll be able to implement that and create your own pattern on the fly and present it to someone else. So it's interactive. That's what I really like to do. My second one is called Beating the Odds, Reshaping Special Population Classes. And this, I have wrote an article about this at IDEA for IDEA, and it really is, you're going to learn how to create meaningful, purposeful classes for senior fitness. What that means is that you're going to leave this class in session with your signature class. You're going to learn about chronic pain and diseases and pick a chronic pain or disease that you want to focus on and create a class description, and the way you're going to format that class on the spot. And we'll go through it together. So you'll be leaving with a specialty class already made, ready to go and show your communities out
Love it.
there.
Oh, I love that. And so those are both workshops. They are
Those are both work.
interactive. Yes. Amazing.
Yeah. And then I have a lecture with Siri, who is my IDEA World Trailblazer of the year too. It's called Ignite Your Journey, Trailblaze Your Career Through Fitness. Siri is an amazing trailblazer as it is, and she has created a name for herself. I have created a name for myself, and Lacey Green has created a name for herself. And what we really wanted to do is making sure that we gave you the tools and knowledge in a workshop that you could actually elevate your career, ways to help guide you into becoming a trailblazer, learn different paths, whether it's being a master trainer, a group exercise instructor, and how to elevate and level up, I would say, in your business careers.
Amazing. Amazing. I need to get in that classroom.
It's going to be so fun.
So good.
And the last one that we have is, well, I have another one actually, which I will tell you in a bit too. The other one is a workout with Siri and myself called Trailblazing Through Life's Decades, the ultimate workout. So you're going to have Siri and myself in costumes ready to go, making sure that you're ready to have a workout with us at 7 a.m. So making sure that you come, be prepared, be energetic, be excited, because we're going to give you all the feels for that.
So are the participants allowed to wear costumes as well for their favorite decade?
Do it. Please.
Yes.
Yes, please do it. I'm going to be in my Golden Girls era. So I would
I love it. Oh, I can't wait.
I will do that. But also, I don't know if you've heard that Ellen DeWard and we partnered up. And Ellen, if you all don't know, she is the creator of Warrior. So she has an amazing format and brand of Warrior combat, strength, revolution, rhythm. And I am actually the format expert lead for Roots, which is her Warrior rhythm classes into a chair format too.
I
So
know.
so
She was on our show, Ruben. And so we will tag that episode. She talked all about that. And so you're co-presenting with her.
I'm co-presenting with her. I'm going to be in the chair. So while she's doing Warrior rhythms, I'll be in the chair doing that format as
You
well.
are busy, my friend. Not only
You know,
at World, but otherwise. You've got a lot of different things going on.
I am elevating, and this is what's so great about IDEA, because if I did not know I would not know Ellen through if it wasn't for IDEA. I would not have known Siri or Lacey or Alessandro or anyone else if it wasn't for these people at IDEA World and connecting with them. So when you're at these parties and when you're at the gala that you all have, like the big old party, what's it called? The
Golden Gala this year.
Gala. Yes, I'll be wearing my Golden Girls outfit. I don't know, but this is the time and place to really elevate yourself and get yourself known out there.
That's right. I absolutely love everything that you shared about your sessions and why World exists for professionals like us. But you have to be there and you have to experience it. Sometimes we all get in our little bubbles and we go through our routine of being with our clients. I remember the grind, the 5 a.m., working the floor, seeing an in-home client, working at the club, and just, exhausted and not really feeling inspired in my job, feeling like every hour had to be monetized so that I could make the living. But it was when I went to World and I really took a step out of my business to work on my business. I know that's a cliche, but it's true. It really opens your heart, your mind, and opportunities that will inspire and reignite you. And I think that you articulated that so beautifully.
Yeah, thank you so much. And people don't realize that with IDEA, I use IDEA everywhere. What that means is I use it to read articles for what when I write articles, I use it as a blueprint. I also use the workout builder to see what kind of areas that I could help myself work and elevate. So IDEA and even insurance, if you need insurance, IDEA is the place to do it. When you have just everything in one area, to help you elevate, that is the best thing because you need tools like that. And IDEA has been a
Mhm.
tremendous platform for my business to elevate myself and to grow.
I love it. I love it. Just a side note, we are also, with our program builder, we are going to have the ability to showcase workouts written or created by some of our subject matter experts. So I'll be calling on you to drop some workouts in there, based on all the techniques and theories that you talked about today and how you design a program. I'm sure our audience would love to go in and use one of your programs and make it their own.
Thank you so much. That's amazing. And then also, I don't want to forget that too, mentorship is important in this world. And IDEA has a great platform for a mentorship program that they offer too. So get on that. Find the mentors that are there. It's cost efficient as well. So making sure that they tackle to every single one of your needs. And you just learn from the best of the best, everyone. In order to elevate, you have to learn and have a continuous mind to be open to things, to
Mhm.
open to feedback, to open to criticism, and to open to what is the possibility of greatness.
Absolutely. Okay, is there any other advice for these fitness professionals to help them achieve success for 17 plus years like you have and to keep elevating and growing? Any other advice that you have to offer these fit pros?
Y- you know, Always lead with your heart. Y- You know, um, Stop trying to be someone, stop trying to fit in. Stop trying to fit into everyone's mold. Be your own mold. Be your own trailblazer. Trailblaze your own path. If there's a wall in front of you, knock it down. Because I guarantee you, once you knock down that wall, you'll be so free and your purpose and mission will be even greater. And that purpose could be different for every single one of you. But just know you have people who are really rooting for you. You have me rooting for you, Amy and Idea, who's always here to help and support you. So find that support system, find those mentors, break down those barriers, and most of all, be a trailblazer.
Be a trailblazer. I love it. Ruben, where is the best place for people to follow your work, to get in touch? How can they find you?
Yes, you could find me at a couple places. So you could find me at www.functionallyevolved.com, or you could follow my Instagram at functionallyevolved as well.
Thank you so much, Ruben, for sharing your inspiring journey and the meaningful work you're doing in senior fitness. You know that your dedication is creating so many inclusive and impactful programs. And it's really this powerful reminder of how movement can truly change lives. To our listeners, if Ruben's story moved you and you are looking to grow, to connect, or to be inspired by leaders just like him, then join us at IDEA World this summer. It is where the fitness community comes together to learn, to share, and to lead the future of fitness and wellness. And to explore IDEA World and everything we have to offer that we talked about today, please visit IDEAfit.com. And don't forget to follow us at IDEAfit on all of our social platforms for updates, insights, and inspiration. Until next time, this is the IDEA Fit Pro Show, where fitness is our business.